Well, Rachel, welcome. Thomas, welcome back again.
Thanks.
So, tell me all about it. Your connection to your health concept. How did it come across your path and what did it do for you?
Yeah, at first I kind of started getting into the world of health because I had some issues with yeast or Candida.
All right.
And that kind of like set me on the trajectory of finding a holistic kind of approach to healing myself because all of the doctors and medication that I was on just weren't really doing anything. I began kind of focusing on limiting the amount of sugar in my diet by kind of going more towards a carnivore diet.
And this you all did on your own research?
Yeah, through my own research, a naturopathic doctor recommended to kind of lower my sugar intake because Candida grows on sugar. So I started that, and after about a year, I noticed quite a significant difference. And then I met Thomas, and he kind of explained on a foundational level why that was so important, especially when you have Candida, as well as kind of the practice of light and understanding its impact kind of on your health and everything. And once I was able to incorporate more of the circadian rhythm lifestyle changes, I noticed like a big difference.
All right. Can you explain a bit how that works?
Yeah, so with her, also with her past, she had when she was super young a lot of problems with insomnia. Later, she also worked a lot in night shifts. So, yeah, your circadian rhythm, of course, is super important. The body needs to know, especially on a hormonal level, but also function of the organs. Is it day or is it night? Because it has to adjust the behavior, of course. And especially when the body is, let's say, under attack from the Candida in this case, it's very important that the immune system functions well. It needs to give, let's say, power at the right point and also making sure that you're resting, digesting at the right moment and time. And if your circadian rhythm is disrupted by, could be insomnia, or could be working by night shifts, or just could be by living the modern day lifestyle, then it's harder to overcome that problem. So Rachel, in my opinion, is a typical example of a person who had benefits of changing the diet, but the yeast was never going away. So I'm not saying, changing your diet is bad. I was just trying to explain to Rachel as much as to a lot of other people. Yes, it's a good step, but it's not foundational. Because let's say, that's the stupid example I always use. If the car is still in the wrong gear for what you want from it, then changing the oil or the gasoline doesn't fix the full problem. And your brain has a rhythm, and that rhythm basically needs to be reset if you want to get to the root cause of your problem. So that's why I always say focus on the circadian rhythm first and then on maybe dieting or eliminating sugar.
Yeah. And you are focusing on that rhythm now then?
Yeah.
What did that change for you?
Definitely my energy overall, like being tired when I'm supposed to be tired a couple hours before the sun goes down, like waking up early in the morning when the sun's up, whether that be at 9 a.m. in the winter or at 5:30, 6 a.m. in the summertime. Feeling like I can get more out of my day, but also just like generally with brain focus and brain fog. I noticed that when I had the Candida issue and the insomnia, of course, like I just couldn't really pay attention or focus or even remember a lot of stuff.
Did you even realize that you had insomnia or?
I didn't realize it in the practical sense, but I realized, okay, I'm not falling asleep at night and I am falling asleep kind of like when I was in school. I had it for around 10 years when I was in high school. And I was just thinking, I think it began literally at the peak of when iPhones kind of came out.
Yeah.
I got one when I was in school in like the 9th grade or something like that. And that's when the insomnia started.
Just texting all night long.
All night long, yeah, on a screen, at school, on your laptop, like just constantly being engaged, but also the blue light. So yeah, that's when the sleeping got really, really hard. And I tried things like noise cancellation and sleeping in a cold room and all that stuff. But like you always say, like if you don't get to the root cause of the problem, then you're never really going to fix it. So yeah, struggling with that for like over 10 years, I finally, and the night shifts, of course, which didn't help.
Yeah, they didn't help. Did you start night shifts because you had the insomnia? You were like, then I get better.
I'm up anyway.
Yeah.
You laugh now, but I literally did say that.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh
I was like, you know what? This isn't too bad because I hate mornings and I'm always up at night. So I might as well just do this. And I did that for about 7 years. And it was terrible. And but like it wasn't so bad for me in the sense of like this is the rhythm that my body's already on. But I noticed my health, my energy, my brain fog very quickly declining. And then once I started working like normal schedule, like 9 a.m. and having to go to sleep earlier, my whole life got better. It took time, but my whole life got better. And I
So that was the moment you realized like, oh, there's maybe something going on with the rhythm.
Yeah. That's when I thought to myself, okay, there is a circadian rhythm. I just thought I was a night person, like a night owl, but I don't really think that's as true as some people think.
A lot of people think that.
Yeah.
So do you have a thing? Does that even exist, like night owls and?
There is some evidence that some people in their DNA lean a bit more towards morning or night when they are on their peak energy. But then we're talking about 45 minutes to an hour. And the night owls mean I feel alive at 11 at night and I feel best at 3 in the night as well. And the mornings, I wake up around 12, around noon.
I skip the mornings.
Yeah, so that's not more.
That was me.
Yeah, no. So that big of a difference, no. So they give it more credit, like, oh, I'm a night person. I'm like, okay, maybe you sleep 1 hour later than an average person. That could be the case. But the 6-7 hours, the insomnia for 10 years, no, that has nothing.
We're all human and we're basically.
Yeah, all our cells evolved on the circadian rhythm. At least if we lived on the land, which humans did, of course. So, and the seasonal changes are also very important in it. But what you were saying, like with the screen, it's not only the blue light from the screen that is suppressing your melatonin while your sleep quality goes down. It's also the fact that if you're awake, the cortisol is high when you're texting in the night or night shift working, that it has influence on all the other hormones as well. And that's a big thing people overlook. They always think, oh, I just recover with an extra couple hours of sleep when I'm off or in the weekend or something. It doesn't work like that. Everything in your body needs a circadian cycle. And if you break that circadian cycle over and over again, then you get health issues. But back in the day, we weren't able to do that. In the winter, it was darker earlier, so you slept more. In the summer, the sun went up earlier, so you would wake up earlier. So there's no escaping to that. No matter where you live on the planet, there are circadian cycles there.
Yeah, because we evolved on land, that's what you say.
100%, yeah.
There always was a sun, there always was a moon.
100%, yeah. And the changes and
for you there only was
changes.
a moon, but
yeah, there was only a moon for me.
Yeah, and that's also maybe the third side effect of things that a lot of people miss. The sun has a very bad reputation. And I agree, burning is bad, but that's literally the only bad thing about sun. Yes, a sunburn is not what you want. I agree. But it's not only about the circadian cycle in the sense of day and night, but also hormone production. All hormones need a signal, direct or indirect, from day, from sun, to be produced or to be activated or sometimes even to be stored. So, for example, everybody knows melatonin, especially with the insomnia. It's active at night, but when is it produced? During the day. But then the brain needs to know that it's day. But if you're sleeping and you're not coming outside, like a lot of people do now these days, always inside on the laptop working. So insomnia works both ways. If you skip the day by being in an office all the time, then your the sleep quality at night goes down and you get a negative spiral effect. So it works two ways. It's not like, oh, I don't party, I don't do night shifts. It's impossible that I sleep bad or have insomnia. No, more and more people, young people, are on the screens all the time. Also get
because
insomnia.
they're indoors the whole day.
Indoors, under artificial light, the circadian cycle is fully disrupted.
Combination of those is
So it works on both sides of the equation, and most people now these days do both sides of the equation. During the day, working in office, at nighttime on the screens. Yeah, it's like whoop, your brain is just the whole
one
rhythm
big
of
error.
the brain. Yeah, one big error. Yeah.
So where for you did it begin that you were like, oh, now I want to figure out how does this work and how do you get rid of this?
Of like all the little issues or the circadian rhythm?
Yeah, I think everything combined. Where did it start? Doing your research? I
was prescribed, actually, even before I had the I had the Candida issue, but then I was diagnosed with IBS when I was around 21, and a doctor pretty much said, okay, you're going to have to live with this for the rest of your life, and you just need to take this medication. And believe it or not, they actually gave me an antidepressant and said, well, a symptom of it is like hardening stools, so this should work for you. And I was like, okay, I don't want to be on an antidepressant for the rest of my life, because that's what he said. So then I just did my own kind of like Google research, and I'm definitely more of like a holistic person and always have been when it comes to health. So over time I found a naturopath, and he kind of gave me some recommendations for like natural things to do, and that slightly began to help. And then also with the Candida as well, he noticed, and then I kind of stopped eating carbohydrates and sugars and ate more meat. And it was just very, very slow and trial and error testing a lot of things.
You noticed some changes while practicing the...
Small changes, but like, because I hadn't addressed the issue at like a foundational level, I never felt good.
Yeah.
And I always say, I never felt bad, but you don't realize how bad you feel until you feel great.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Everyone thinks, well, I'm fine. I don't have any issues. I don't have any complaints. But if you live with, let's say, fatigue or brain fog every single day of your life, you don't know what it feels like to feel alive and to feel energized. And once you do, that's when you kind of look back.
You know, I never want to go back.
Yeah, exactly. And it makes adopting this lifestyle, a circadian rhythm focused lifestyle, much easier once you've reaped the benefits.
Yeah, and that's also something I notice in a lot of clients as well. When they come in the clinic at first, they say, I have one small problem. My quality of sleep is not good. I'm like, okay, how's your concentration? Not so great. How's going to the toilet? That hurts. How is your energy during the day? Yeah, not great either. So it's normal, it's human to say, I'm fine, it's no problem. I will survive, I will push through, which of course you can do. But the more and more you talk with people, the more and more problems they actually have without realizing it.
Yeah.
And that's something, especially in the younger generation, I see a lot. They're like, no, I'm fine. I'm just here to fix my eczema, for example. And then we talk with them, and then we do the research, we do labs, in maybe the stool samples or the blood work or the mitochondrial test, whatever. And we show them like, look, there's more going on in there. And then they're like, yeah, actually, now you mention it, then boom, the whole list comes, because I heard her say like, yeast, but then brain fog, insomnia, I was tired, all these things. So that's how it almost always goes.
Oh, busted.
A little bit.
The craziest thing of all, though, is that once you address the circadian rhythm, everything else that crumbles down, like all the negative complaints that you have, and they're all kind of solved with like one kind of foundational difference, is like getting your circadian rhythm in check. And most people think, okay, I have to go to this doctor for this, and I have to do this for that, and this for that, and they overcomplicate it, and they don't understand that like your whole body.
Was that the case for you as well? That you felt like, for this I have to go there, or for this I have to go there?
Yeah. And for the first time in my life, Thomas explained it to me, like your body is one system that works together. Like it's not, everything is attached, whether it be emotional or physical and mitochondrial, all of it. So
do you have a good car reference for this?
That's my favorite car reference. No, but what I do want to point out is the fact that, yes, people go to a lot of different places, but what happens on social media these days as well is that people who come here, they tried a lot themselves. And all the things they tried, I'm not saying they're bad, but they don't place it in the circadian rhythm. So they still do it on the wrong moment. So I did a lot of cold therapy, but I did it in August outside. I'm not saying it's bad, but it just doesn't align with warmth and everything that's going on. Yeah, I went on a vegan diet. I mean, that would not be my favorite diet, but let's say you do that. In the winter, in the Northern Hemisphere, in America, Canada, or whatever, those things don't grow. So that's also a circadian mismatch, because food is also related to, of course, the circadian cycle. So I'm not saying people are doing bad things. Everybody, in my opinion, is overlooking timing, even with some supplementations. I'm not a fan of supplementation at all, but
it's not only day and night, also the seasons.
Yeah, and also when do you do what? Normally, nature decides that for you. A polar bear doesn't say like, you know what? I'm done with eating seals, give me a banana. No, because it doesn't grow in this environment, there's no exposure to it. We can walk into a supermarket, we can put on the heater, we can put on the aircon, we can open up our laptop and there is light coming off that screen that tells your body that it's like midday on a hot summer day. So it's not that people who do things on their own do bad things. They don't put it in the circadian order, and they don't know what's going on with their specific context. Because if I ask Rachel, for example, even now, or you, yeah, what's going on in your pancreas at the moment, or your liver? You're looking at me like, how the fuck should I know? No, you don't. But then you have to figure it out by doing good research. What's your context? And that's also a big important thing that we try to teach here at Your Health Concept. Yes, you need to do those things, but it's not, unfortunately, just as simple as follow the circadian rhythm and everything will be fine. No, we also need to look at your specific situation. What's going on? What do you need at that specific moment?
Yeah.
So I understand with all the social media and all the things that are going on. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's missing timing. That's my point.
Yeah.
Yeah, timing is so crucial to be effective.
Well, and it makes sense if you think of it.
I hope so.
Yeah. For me, it does.
Yeah.
I think for you as well.
Yeah, definitely. Timing and context, I would say that's the most difficult part about like my generation. You're always trying to find answers from either ChatGPT or Instagram or maybe TikTok. And there's no context in that. If someone tells you, oh, I had this issue and I took this medication or I did this and this will help you now. And they have 1 million followers and 1 million people do this. And then maybe 80% of them actually end up worse off than they began. It's because there was no context to that advice. There was also no validity to that advice. Most people online these days aren't specialists, aren't doctors, haven't practiced in real clinical like environments. So what do they really know? So I think it can be quite dangerous, but
it's just the how, not the why.
Yeah, absolutely. And like at Your Health Concept, I think the most impactful part of taking your program here is that they explain the how, the why, the when, the where, the what, but then they also give you every tool in the toolbox to be able to like go on your way and be able to sort yourself out for the rest of your life and hopefully generations to come, like your children and your family and all of that. You're not just kind of told do this and take this and you'll be fine. Yeah, it's more like the advice and the education is more of the benefit than even just treating your complaint.
Yeah, that's right? You're handing the tools.
Yeah, we always say, with the group of clinicians here, we always say like the client primary goal is to get rid of their complaint, their disease. For us, that's almost like second, because we want to give them a small education in health so they get the grips on their own health again. They know what to do when you know the famous saying, right? I don't want to just give you fish all the time. I want to teach you fishing, you know? And that's what's going on here as well. A lot of people from the day they are born until they, for example, finish university, they don't have an education or a real grasp of what is health. How does it work? Why is it different in the winter than in the summer? Or maybe Rachel has Jamaican roots. Why is that different for a person who has Irish roots, for example? There are nuances and differences that are making all the difference. And nobody is talking about that, in my opinion, or not enough at least. And we always want to educate our clients as well. Yes, of course, we need to fix the problem. I understand that. We need to get there subjectively. Client needs to feel great. We need to get there objectively. Test A, B, C, sometimes D and E. But also you want to give them a proper understanding of what is health. Yeah. So yeah, that's a big goal here in the clinic, not just to say, okay, here's your schedule, bye, see you in 4 weeks. No. Consultations here are long. We want to teach you something, and we also see if clients know why they have to do something. Yeah, the loyalty to the program is way bigger as well.
Well, I think if I hear what Rachel has to say, it works as well, because she knows what she's talking about.
Yeah, definitely.
Is there anything left you would like to say?
Off the top of my head, no. I think we covered it all. Yeah.
What about you, Thomas?
No. Thanks to Rachel and to you to have this conversation, and I hope the goal of a conversation like this is always to show people that there are other alternatives. If they do it here, fine. If they do it at somebody else, but I think you should always go to a clinician who has physics, an understanding of circadian rhythm or mitochondrial health, whatever you want, in his portfolio. I'm not saying all the other things are bad. That's not what I'm saying. You need to start at the fundamentals and then the other stuff works. So I would always encourage people, if they're struggling with their health, go to a person who focuses on this part of the equation, because that's where it all starts.
Well, thanks. I think we're ending it with that.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you, Rachel.
You're
thank you,
welcome.
Thomas.
Thank you, guys.